Bafi Fode Sharif, the head of department, Professor Shehu Aboki, the NAISS coordinator and the brain behind the achievement and progress of NAISS, Dr. Muhammad Sani Abdullahi, my teachers, Professor Atiku Garba and Dr. Ahmad Maigari Musima, my other colleagues in the department, Dr. Montagaya Lamin and Dr. Muhammad Attahir Shehu, other invited guests, NAISS executive and the students of all levels of Department of Islamic Studies, particularly UG1, on whose behalf this event was organized. I say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. I was given a topic to discuss on the course registration and examination, a guide for the students. The topic should have been presented by examination office, but I was asked to do it. I asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make it beneficial for every one of us here. So, under the introduction, I want to acknowledge the effort of the organizers of this very important event, who are up and down to see to the success of this orientation. I welcome our chairman of the occasion once again, and our chief host, and the NAISS coordinator, as well as our head of department, Professor Shehu Aboki, and all other invited guests here. The fact that you come from different family and states and the local government and in large number as we are witnessing today is a clear indication that our collective effort as staff of the Department of Islamic Studies to instill the teachings of Islam as well as moral values in your hearts is yielding positive results. And with that we say, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. This blessed department, let me take you to a memory lane, began its academic session in 1977-1978 with a total number of 27 students. Out of this number, 13 were majoring in Islamic studies and the remaining taking it as their minor subjects. And one of the objectives of establishing the department is to acquaint students with broad knowledge of Islam as a religion, and then to make students understand the place of Islam in the context of other religious traditions, and then thirdly, to prepare students for higher degrees in Islamic studies and other related disciplines. This association is under whose umbrella this orientation was organized, aimed at providing guidance and assistance to both majoring and borrowing students of the department. And we have seen this from various activities organized by this association. It organizes a plethora of activities including orientation for newly admitted students and prize-giving ceremony to deserving students, as well as hosting of lectures by distinguished speakers. Having said this, it is incumbent upon each and every newly admitted student, particularly UG1 and 200 level students, to know that course registration and examination processes are imperative and cardinal aspect of his or her academic sojourn. These aspects ensure that you enroll in the right courses and successfully complete your study. Part of this have been aptly captured in the presentation of Professor A.G. Yahya. Again, this guide will provide students with an insight or an overview of the course registration and examination process to help him navigate through it effectively and efficiently. Immediately after obtaining all necessary documents for registration, students are expected to proceed to the department for registration of courses. After having gotten all the required documents, the next step is for you to proceed to the department for the registration of the courses. Registration officers are assigned one each at every level, level 1, UG1, UG2, 3, and 4, to guide students in their selection of courses. Which courses are you expected to select to register? Registration and other related issues as the case may be. And one of the registration officers will be saddled with the central registration in the department. You have a level coordinator for UG1, for example, UG2, 3, and 4. Then you have a registration officer who was saddled with the responsibility of general or central registration in the department. One of the guide for course registration of newly admitted students is that you should consult an academic or level coordinator. If you are a level 1 for UG1 student, there's a staff in the department who was appointed as a level coordinator for that level. You consult him. Before the registration period begins, schedule a meeting with your level coordinator or academic coordinator. He or she will help you understand your program requirements. What are required of you as far as your course of study in the Department of Islamic Studies. Then course options and any prerequisites you need to fulfill. One of the prerequisites is that students who have no credit in their Arabic while at secondary level, they must, and I repeat, they must register ISL 106 and ISL 111. If you have a credit in Arabic in your O level, then you are not expected to register ISL 106 and ISL 111. He or she can provide guidance on the overall course selection processes. Again, newly admitted students should familiarize themselves with the detailed information about courses the department offers. For example, information about each course. What is the information, for example, about ISL 101? And then the description of that particular course and the credit hours. Does the course has 2 or 3 units or a course of 1 unit? And then other information which requires your attention in the departmental lecture timetable. This has also been captured in the first presentation. And then the lecture timetable for each course, and this can be obtained from the examination office or from the notice boards. It is, however, important to consider and balance your course load and select courses that align with your goals. For example, if you are admitted to study Islamic Studies UG1, you have minimum required units for that particular level 35. And we have in the department 20 units. Islam 101 to Islam 111, when you count the number of units, you find out that there are 20 units. And some may have 18 for those who have Arabic in their O level. So you have 20 units and you are required to register another 9 units. Not 9 courses, 9 units. Some have mistakenly taken these 9 units to mean 9 courses. You can go to Arabic, you can go to history, you can go to other departments within the faculty or outside the faculty as advised by the level coordinator. You register 9 units. If you add 9 with 20, you have 29, and then you have another 8 units for GST. We have GST 101, 102, 103, 104, and then we have 105 or 106. When you take 104, which is communication in French, then you don't have to go for communication in Arabic. When you take 106, you don't have to go for GST 104. So it is important to consider and balance your course load and select courses that align with your goals. For example, as I've said, at your secondary level, you are taught French, and here in university, you have a GST course where you learn French, so also Arabic. And then be aware of registration dates specified by the university. The university provides a specific time window during which you can register for courses. Now we have first, second, and third extension for students to register. There have been much complaint from the parents and guardians of students that they want to have an extension of maybe 1 or 2 weeks or so that they will be able to settle the financial implication of the registration for their awards. So you have to be aware of the registration date as specified by the university. And then mark these dates on your calendar and set a reminder if necessary to ensure you don't miss them. Otis, for example, has extended the date for registration to Friday, 16 June. And this is the third extension for the registration of students. And this might have been the third extension. Register for course on the designated registration day, and then log into your student portal or university portal and follow the instructions provided by the university to register for your chosen courses. You all registered online. From 2011 to date, all students registered on university portal. And please make sure to enter the correct course code to avoid registration errors. Many students do complain that results were uploaded, but they have not seen theirs. For example, in the department in the previous years, we have what we call identifier, course identifiers. For example, you have ISL 304A and you have ISL 304. So if you registered for ISL 304 with an identifier A and you registered ISL 304, when 304A was uploaded, you will not see it because that was not what you have registered in the university portal. So you have to register the courses on the designated registration and make sure to enter the correct course code so that you will avoid error. And once you have successfully registered for your courses, the next thing you do is to attend classes regularly and actively partake in all discussion. The first speaker said you should participate in answering or asking questions in the class. I hope and I believe you have noted that. And then you are expected to be prepared for each class by completing all assignments beforehand. Some of the students, even if they were given 2 months or 3 months, on that day, the lecturer fixed for the submission of that assignment, you find a number of them saying, "Wallah, I don't do it. I have a lot of schedules. I do that, I do." So you have to be very active in conducting your assignment beforehand. And then you should also know that engaging in class discussions and seeking clarifications from your teachers will no doubt enhance your learning experience. Many students do meet their lecturers in their offices, asking them for clarifications of many things regarding their lectures. My dear students, you should have it at the back of your mind that you must have a minimum of 75% attendance in order to qualify you to write an examination. 75% attendance. I thought I am now teaching a course, 2 courses, and this week is the 5th week, but I have seen a number of students with only 1 attendance. 1. Where were they? 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th week. You have no any excuse to give, unless otherwise. It is therefore very imperative for each and every one of you to be serious and regular in attending his or her classes. Continuous assessment is another prerequisite for passing examination in each course. When you don't have continuous assessment, you will not pass that particular course. Even if you pass or if you score 60 over 60, you will not pass that course. And continuous assessment, okay, 40%, and the CA accounts for 40% of the total score. However, this continuous assessment is the discretion of the lecturers to decide the means by which the CA is calculated. For example, it could be in the form of take-home assignments, an assessment test, tutorials, or a combination of 2 or more of this. You can now see the importance of class attendance. If a student, for example, is not in the class where an assignment was given, the whole continuous assessment marks allocated to that assignment will be lost because you are not present. On examination. At the end of each semester, students are required to write examination in respect of all courses they registered during the semester. Maybe you have registered for the whole session, 15 courses, and 8 were taken in the first semester. So you are expected to sit and write examination of 8 courses. And before the commencement of the semester examination, students are advised to abide by all the rules and regulations set by the university regarding the conduct of the examination. You can simply refer to students' handbook, examination cards, examination booklets, and notice boards for teachers. This has also been captured in the first presentation. So you are seriously advised not to indulge in examination misconduct which leads to either rustication or expulsion from the university. Expulsion or rustication. And these rules have been modified. As soon as the examination approaches, this is an advice: review your course materials, lecture notes, and any other additional resources provided by your teacher. We have libraries, we have even e-libraries, and then the references or reading list. You are thus advised to create a study schedule and allocate sufficient time for each course. Seek help from your classmates and teachers on any topic you encounter difficulties to understand. In fact, the most important thing to do during examination period is to familiarize yourself with the examination schedule and locations. Sometimes when you are maybe 20 minutes after the commencement of the examination, you see some students running. Please, where is ETF 3? Where is PTF? Where is A10? Because they were not, so maybe they don't care to check the notices boards or timetable to know the location of the examination. Arrive early at the designated exam venue with the required materials such as identification or exam cards, pens, and any other items but allowed by the university. not everything or any other item that will smuggle into the examination venue. And during the examination, read all instructions carefully and manage your time effectively. Before you begin to answer any question, read the instructions. I could recall when I was in College of Legal and Islamic Studies, I think 1998, we were about to write an examination. We were asked to write on the concept of Iman. Concept of Iman. And one of my colleagues, when we came out, he said, Kai, I took that Jumu'at Imam. I write on the concept of Imam instead of Iman. You see? So you have to read the instruction. And sometimes in the instruction, you will be told that question 1 is compulsory. Without you reading the instruction, you may end up without taking that question 1, which is compulsory. You have to answer it. So you have to read all instructions carefully and manage your time effectively, and make sure that you answer each question to the best of your ability and double check your answers before submitting. Now, guidelines for selecting required units for both majoring and boring students. These guidelines are mainly for the first year or newly admitted students majoring in Islamic studies. And this category of students should register from 3 departments. I'm now talking of the Department of Islamic Studies. The first subject of registration is Islamic Studies, while the second subject should be chosen from the Faculty of Arabic and Islamic Studies, any department within the faculty. The third subject should be chosen either from the Faculty of Arabic and Islamic Studies or from any other faculty in the university. But you are strictly advised to see your level coordinator before going outside the faculty. Because when you go outside the faculty, for example, you go to law, you register Law 101, and they fixed their exam on 1st July, and it is morning. And you might have ISL 101 on the same date, same time. But it is very difficult to have ISL 101 same date, same time with Arabic 101 or History 101. It's very difficult. Or ALH 101. So you are strictly advised to see your level coordinator before going outside the faculty. Students are also required to register a minimum of 35 units, including 8 units of GSC. And of this total, 20 units must be from the department and the remaining 9 units from other departments, as I said earlier. In case of students with O-level Arabic requirements are to register only 18 instead of 20, because they will not register 106 and 111 instead of 20 units. Any students without credit pass in O-level Arabic must register for and pass ISL 106 and ISL 111 before graduation. During our undergraduate, we were in UG3 in the first semester, and someone came with a list. He said, so person, here I am, sir, come out. So person, come out. They were asked to go back. They have to spend another 1 year because they failed ISL 106. They cannot proceed to UG3. So we were in UG3, they were in UG2. We come in UG4, they are in UG3. We graduated, they were in UG4. But now it was modified. Important things to note. Students with clashes of examinations based on the timetable should immediately intimate their departmental or faculty examination officers. Departmental or faculty examination. Whenever you have any clash, don't wait until the date of that particular exam. Then you will be running from one venue to another, looking for exam officer. No, before, you have to write an application. You notify the examination officer before that particular examination. Students who fail to intimate the appropriate officers of the university of impending clashes in examinations, risk facing any difficulty that might arise before. If you did not report, you did not inform, you didn't write an application informing the examination officer, then you risk facing difficulty that may arise therefrom. And any student who abstains himself or herself from any examination without university approval and has not withdrawn from the course of study would be graded F. This is an automatic F because you abstained yourself from that examination and without any university approval. And for such courses, and the grade will be reflected in his GPA for semester or session. Again, no student shall be allowed to enter the examination hall without the university identity card and examination card. Some of you know that they don't have examination card, they don't have an ID card, but still they go to examination hall. And when they are denied entry, you see, it is their own cup of tea. It is their own problem. They make that problem themselves. And no student should be allowed to enter the examination venue if he or she is more than 30 minutes late. This is one of the regulations, rules of the university. Make sure that you arrive the venue early. If you are 30 minutes late, you will not be allowed to enter the examination hall. And no student shall leave the examination venue within 45 minutes after the commencement of the examination, except under exceptional circumstances. You have to wait until the last minute. And no student shall leave the examination venue during the last 15 minutes of the examination. Any student who arrives late shall not be allowed extra time. If that examination is slated for 2 hours, that 2 hours is 2 hours. You will not be added a single minute. And any student sitting for a particular examination without his or her identity card or examination card or any other document considered as a requirement for writing such an examination shall have the examination cancelled. I hope you hear this. Without examination card or an ID card, your examination will be cancelled. And for your attention, students are strictly warned and to take their studies seriously that if their GPA falls below 1.00 during one session, your GPA falls below 1.00, they will be placed on probation, which is known as warning period on probation. And with the hope that students will improve in the following session. A danger, a signal, you will be notified that you are now on probation because your GPA falls below 1.00. And if in the following session, maybe in UG2 or UG3, the student's GPA still falls below 1.00, he or she shall be withdrawn from the program. Will be withdrawn. However, if the student GPA falls below 0.5 at the end of any session, he or she be withdrawn without any probation. You have to buy another form. You apply for an admission next session. And finally, I say thank you for listening and Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.
Allah Akbar.